Motivational story, Nelson Mandela. A name to reckon with in the freedom movement, Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, popularly known as Nelson Mandela, was the first president of South Africa to be elected from 1994 to 1999 in a fully representative democratic election. Before his presidency, Mandela was an anti-apartheid activist, and the leader of Umkhonto we Sizwe, the armed wing of the African National Congress, ANC. In his entire lifetime, Mandela has received more than 250 awards over 4 decades, including the 1993 Nobel Peace Prize. Born on July 18, 1918, the foster son of a Thembu chief, Mandela was raised in the traditional, tribal culture of his ancestors, but at an early age learned about the ugly racial discrimination, apartheid, which emerged as one of the most powerful and effective systems of oppression ever conceived. Mandela was initially opposed to violence, but after a massacre of unarmed black South Africans in 1962, he began advocating acts of sabotage against the government. The same year he was arrested, and following the notorious Rivonia trial of 1964 he was sentenced to life imprisonment. There he began his 27-year stay in prison on Robben Island. During his imprisonment, Mandela became a symbol of the anti-apartheid movement among South Africa's black population, and among the international community that opposed apartheid. Mandela rejected several government offers to allow him to leave prison on the condition that he will renounce violence. Following his release on the 11th of February 1990, Mandela instantly became an international hero. 3 years after his release, South Africans of all races were allowed to vote for the first time in a national election. They selected Mandela as their president, giving him 62% of the vote. The same person who was a symbol of black resistance in South Africa later eventually became the nation's first black president. He led his party in the negotiations that led to multiracial democracy in 1994. As president from 1994 to 1999, he frequently gave priority to reconciliation. Mandela's government was praised for its treatment of South Africa's white minorities that produced at last a free, multiracial democracy in South Africa. Mandela became the oldest elected president of South Africa when he took office at the age of 75 in 1994. He decided not to stand for a second term and retired in 1999, to be succeeded by Thabo Mbeki. After his retirement, one of Mandela's primary commitments has been to fight against AIDS. In July 2001, Mandela was diagnosed and treated for prostate cancer. He was treated with a 7-week course of radiation. In June 2004, at the age of 85, Mandela announced that he would be retiring from public life. His health had been declining, and he wanted to enjoy more time with his family. He has appeared in public less often and has been less vocal on topical issues. The United Nations has pronounced July 18th as Mandela Day, which is also his birthday. On this day, individuals, communities and organizations are asked to donate 67 minutes to doing something for others, commemorating the 67 years that Nelson Mandela gave to the struggle for social justice. Despite maintaining a low profile during the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa, the 93-year-old Mandela made a rare public appearance during the closing ceremony, where he received a rapturous reception. He was one of the great moral and political leaders of our time, an international hero, whose lifelong dedication to the fight against racial oppression in South was instrumental in moving the nation toward multiracial government and majority rule. He is revered everywhere as a vital force in the fight for human rights and racial equality. His autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom, ends with these motivational words. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. I can rest only for a moment, for with freedom come responsibilities, and I dare not linger, for my long walk is not yet ended.